morning. So this is about my 30th take of this video, and I'm just going to plow right through it and speak my mind. And I think the reason why I'm having such difficulty doing this is because the feelings I'm about to talk about are very real to me and very raw. And it was this particular subject was so challenging for me. And I look at where I am now, and I've come so far, and you will too. This is an extremely challenging period of time for us, the holidays. Specifically, whether we should spend time with family when the narcissist is going to be there. Or should we just really protect our own mental health and not go and stay far away from that? Well, both sides of that decision comes at a cost. Either side has a cost to it, and only you can make that decision of what cost you're willing to pay, and is it worth it? Do you get something back from it? In this example, love. So I've written a couple things down here because I'm sorry, but this is a conversation or a subject that kind of gets me shaking a little bit because I remember it so vividly. And again, what I'd like to do is remind you is there's no right or wrong answer. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But what's important is that you take care of you. That is going to be number one. Because if you put yourself into a hornet's nest, you're going to come out of it stung. And is it worth it? So like I said, I've written a couple things down, and I want to share with you, if you don't mind, the feelings that I remember vividly to this day. So you're going to be weighing the pros and cons of going to the home or the area or the restaurant where the narcissist is going to be. And what's going to come in mind or come to mind is the first thing you want to see other families. So if it was just a narcissist that you were going to visit, you may be able to think, no, I don't want to see that person. I don't want to go through that just for... There are going to be other family members there, at least it was in my case, that I wanted to see. Because I wanted to belong to a family. I wanted some type of validation that I was loved. I know that I'm not going to get it from the narcissist, but there are other family members there or friends that I want to see, and I want to know that they like me or they love me. So do I put up with the narcissist abuse just to get that validation of love? If you don't go, you know you're going to be talked about. You know that the narcissist is going to frame you not going as you are the problem. So what do? We worry about what other people are going to say because the narcissist told them yet more lies, right? So let me jump right in there for a moment. Please don't worry about that. The chances are very high that other people that you may or may not have seen in that example are going to know exactly what or not exactly, but they're going to know what the narcissist is about. They're going to figure something strange, you not coming, right? So while you're worried about being talked about, take care of yourself. Please don't worry about that. You're going to feel that way, but allow me to tell you that please take care of yourself. That's much more important. And the examples that we're projecting onto someone else thinking that they're going to think we're the problem is probably not true. If you do go, to get that validation or see other family members, you're probably going to be embarrassed by the narcissist. You just know that they can't go an hour or two without saying something that causes you pain, that causes you embarrassment, that makes you feel belittled and small. Oh my God, it used to happen to me all the time. I would be amongst family members. And remember, that I only spent reconnecting with my narcissist. I only spent like 4 years during that period, but still the same. I don't care. But I remember when I would be at a family gathering of several people, and the narcissist would bring up something from my past and not really tell the story in truth, right? They would throw their own special little spin on it, to where they would then see my reaction of almost my head down, being embarrassed, and they would get that supply. They would get that feed of they hurt me, they embarrassed me, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. So you're worried about being embarrassed. I don't blame you. It's a real concern. There's no right or wrong answer. It's a trade-off that you have to really seriously think about. Then we have the topic of the wrath of not going. It's almost like a hostage situation where you fall in love with a hostage. I know that there's a specific term for it, but you're afraid that if you don't go, you're going to feel their wrath. You're going to get a lot of sharp digs about it. And, during this period, I always used to feel like, why go on? Just why? Why? Why does every conversation have to be a struggle? So you're going to want to try to avoid that feeling and go just to people please, just to not be talked down to if you don't go. You've been talked down to so much in your life, you just want it to stop. So you'll go, you'll surrender just to have that stop. Okay, so there's no right or wrong answer to that. It's an individual decision. I'm just here to tell you, these are the feelings that I went through. So I hear you loud and clear. Please don't feel that you're alone with this. Pleasing the narcissist. I can't tell you how many times after abuse, after being bullied, being beaten, that I would want to please that narcissist, my mother. It doesn't make sense, does it? It still doesn't make sense, except I wanted to please her. Why? Desperately seeking that love that I knew I was never going to get. But maybe just this one time, if I did something to please her, if I went to her holiday dinner, maybe then she would love me. But guess what? Lucy pulled the football away from Charlie Brown again. It's never going to happen. So again, there's no right or wrong answer to that. But I can share this with you, that if you're just trying to people please or please the narcissist for their love, for their approval, for not being belittled, that's not going to happen. You're going to go overboard trying to please this narcissist. And I'm not ridiculing you. I'm not judging you, because this is what I did. Trying to please her, just to get a nod of approval, or just to go one day or 1 hour, not to be abused. It doesn't work. You need the sense of belonging to a family. We're pack animals, right? We don't want to be alone. So you're deciding whether to go to the home of the narcissist, or join her at a family dinner at a restaurant, or even go to someone else's house where she's going to be. You have this constant craving of being with family. And that boils down into so many different facets. There's if you go to your work or see your friends and they ask you, what did you do for Christmas or for Hanukkah? You want to be able to say, it's inside. You want to be able to say, I spent it with my family and everything. You want to be socially accepted in that, even though, it's not true and you know it, you just don't want to look like, that they shun you, right? So you have this craving to be with them. You want them to know that you're not a bad person, and you want to seek their love. And in order to do that, you're going to have to give up a little with the narcissist. You're going to have to be abused. You're going to have to be belittled. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Yeah, I can tell you this. You could decide not to go to protect yourself, not feel guilty, and somehow outside that bubble, communicate with the other family members that, it just wasn't right for me to go and I didn't feel comfortable or anything else. See, stop right there. That's what the narcissist does not want. That's why they engage in triangulation. They want that communication link to not happen. Everything they want, everything to go through them so they can filter it, so they can know what's going on. They do not want you to be able to communicate directly. Oh my God. I remember, that's the triangulation during the holidays is just absolutely horrible. But, and the chances are that someone like the golden child are going to fall for it. They're going to fall for whatever the narcissist is putting out. And you're not going to have that opportunity to go around the narcissist and explain why you didn't come to a family function during a holiday. Again, let me say this. There's no right or wrong answer. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to validate your feelings that what you're going through is perfectly normal, that during these holidays, if you don't want to be with a family member or several family members, you are not a bad person for feeling that. Millions of us do, right? This is not just you, that you're unique in these horrible thoughts of not wanting to be with your family. Please know that. Please know everything that you're trying to decide, all the pros and cons, are something that we all go through as victims of abuse. Anyway, I wanted to share that, and I'm glad I did. Yeah, I'm sorry I appear so shaky. This is a subject that I'm shaky anyway these last few days, but this is something I really wanted to communicate. I really wanted to share with you that what you're going through, if indeed you are going through this, that you're not alone, and that others understand completely. And if you want to go to the narcissist house or function to see other family members, and if you made that weighty decision, that's fine. If you don't want to go to the narcissist house or function because you're afraid to be belittled or embarrassed or anything else, that is certainly fine. And if anyone else has a problem with that, tough. That's their problem. You take care of you. I'm wishing you peace. Thanks for listening to my rant. Bye-bye.